So my name is Evgeny. I'm a chef from Ukraine. I'm trying to change the Ukrainian culture, but not whole culture, but the part of food culture. I have a restaurant. It's called 100 Years Before and After, something like that, in Ukraine, where we're trying to show to Ukrainians and to our guests that Ukrainian food can be very good and it can compete with the different cuisines in the world. When you eat something, you can eat your culture. But the biggest problem is that nobody know what is that Ukrainian food because every document, everything was just killed when we were under the USSR. So what I'm thinking that we should first understand what is that Ukrainian food. And here in the restaurant we were trying to discover this food. And 3 years we were traveling all around Ukraine. We were speaking with just normal people, just drivers, waiters, and grandmothers, a lot of people, just normal who just live the normal life. And we asked, maybe you know something about what is that Ukrainian food for you? What is the special food for that region? What your mother was cooking for you? Then we made the big discovering what ate our famous Ukrainian writers, painters, and we asked historians. They help us to find these letters, old letters, where the people they wrote what they ate. Then we found one big book. It was like 1798. There was a lot of old names of the dishes. There was no recipes, but just names. And I thought that 300 years ago was Ukrainian cuisine. What has happened now? We don't know. So we made a big exploration, and we try to understand what people ate before the revolution, before the USSR comes here. All the time we were living between two countries, between West and East, between Russia and the other world, and a lot of things are just closed from the eyes of the normal people. So now it's time to open and time to show to the world what we have. If Ukrainian people in 5 years, maybe 10 years, will try to eat that food, they will start to eat Ukraine. They will start to feel Ukraine, how it can be, how it could be with that identity. Yeah. So this will be like a catalyst, It's going to be like in 10 years, everyone will say, "Oh, I was there when they just started, but now because of them, I can eat very good Ukrainian food in my home." In some region was the Russian troops, and then they gone, and there is like a lot of houses which are broken. So I'm traveling there and I'm helping with the products. I'm buying the products and I give the products for the people who need it most. Then I also traveling in the west through the western Ukraine, where now a lot of refugees who has to left their homes because of the war, and they don't have the money, they don't have the food, they don't have nothing. And when they see me, because I'm famous people, it's like they feel that the famous people they didn't left the country, and the famous people are with the people. And for them it's a huge support. And also I'm doing different master classes for the children, because a lot of children now are suffering from the psychological, a lot of psychological problems, and I'm trying to help them through the cooking. So we are cooking together, we are smiling together, then we are eating together. It gives life back for that children. Sometimes Russian troops doing the horrible things with the civil people, but then I want to do something. I have to do something more. If I saw that this thing happened, I'm starting doing some campaign. I'm going to some square and I'm cooking for the 2,000 of people, and everyone in Ukraine writing about this. So I'm creating the good news. With this good news, they're beating this awful news. If you eat good food, you feel much more better. If you eat some tasty food, you start to smile. And this process, when you're eating, you're not thinking about the war, you're thinking about the food. And you eat 3 times a day, at least. And that helps you to have 3 nice moments in the day. Food is about safety and it's about the happiness.
If you eat Ukrainian food, you're connected to your land. If you saw the eyes of the refugees once, you understand all pain, you understand everything, and then you give for the people food, and you see how they eat this food. And now it's a food not for fun, food for saving lives. And if it's Ukrainian food, you feel that you will win, and you feel that everything will be okay.